Many people struggle to keep the conversation flowing, especially when you are meeting each other for the first time. Of course, there are a lot of things you can talk about, but nothing interesting crosses your mind at the moment, and the awkward silence begins. You look at her with a weird, strange face and you literally don't know what to say. We all have been there because most of us don't have good conversation skills. They don't teach social skills in school or even in college, so you kinda have to figure out everything on your own. But in reality, it's extremely simple to keep any conversation flowing, and it doesn't really matter with whom you're having it. If you are going to use the following tips, you will never find yourself in that weird, awkward situation again. You will always find something to talk about. You will always have the other person engage in the conversation with you. But you have to put some effort and might need to practice a little bit before it becomes natural for you. What do most people do when they want to start a conversation? They say something along the lines, "So, what do you do?" And the other person would be like, "Nothing, I'm just an accountant." And then the entire conversation turns into that awkward moment. Whatever question you ask, it ends up with nothing but a short answer. In fact, the person sitting on the other side of the table doesn't seem to be very engaging with your questions, and that's absolutely normal because direct questions might seem a little suspicious. So whenever you find yourself in that situation, instead of asking questions, just share something about yourself and then turn that into a question. An experience you had before, a place you visited, a movie you have watched, a person you have met. Simply talk about that experience in general. That will make the other person feel obligated to share something back, especially if they had a similar experience. You know that moment when your friend tells you what a great movie he has watched last night, and then you start talking about your favorite movies, and the conversation keeps flowing. We all live pretty much the exact same life. We all go to school, then to college, we all have families, we all have jobs. So no matter what you share about yourself, the person on the other side of the table will relate to it one way or another. For instance, I wasn't a big fan of engineering when I was in college, but my parents pushed me to choose this field, and now it has been 3 years that I'm working as an engineer, and I'm liking it. What about you? What do you do? You see how different it sounds when you ask the question in this way? It's much more natural. But the most important thing in a conversation is how do you frame it. If you push too hard trying to make the conversation interesting and engaging, you will give an impression that you are desperate trying to seek something from the person that you are talking to, and that could be very discouraging. Or sometimes we might keep talking to the point where we might not give the chance to the other person to talk. Remember, your job isn't to just keep talking. You want to find what interests them and then flip the table and enjoy listening. People love talking about themselves, but you have to give them that vibe in the beginning. The challenge is to start the conversation. Once you do that, it just naturally keeps flowing. But even this might be too difficult for some people because social skills aren't necessarily easy to master, and this short video isn't definitely enough. That's why I would suggest you to read the book How to Talk to Anyone: 92 Little Tricks by Leo Laundes, which covers pretty much everything, starting from how to master small talks to tips that will make you sound like a celebrity. If you're not a big fan of reading books or you simply don't have the time, then you can get the audiobook absolutely for free using the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.